What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Self Spoken Podcast. This is season 2, episode 1, of course. I'm real excited. I'm your host, Self Spoken Law, and I got my two co-hosts with me here today. OddwOrld, say what up.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy OddwOrld.
And I got my guy Brotegé. Say what's good.
Ni hao ma, Brotegé.
Yo.
Oh! I knew it was gonna happen.
Yo. Are we cutting that out?
No. Just keep it.
Bro.
Yo,
season
that
2.
is
Season 2.
crazy.
That's season 2. And that's what I was just going to say. Season 2 starting off with the best.
Yo,
Started
that
with
is
simple.
crazy, yo.
Plain and simple.
That is
Okay,
insane.
it happens. We're just going to let it be. I'm still recording.
Hey, starting off right.
Right.
Let's do this. I'm ready. I'm back. You know, we're back. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm sure we're all
Exactly.
excited. We're all over the place, but
The
we're all
excitement
happy to be
clearly
back.
fell on the floor, so it's okay. Nonetheless, we're good.
Crazy.
We're good.
We haven't posted a video since, unfortunately, September, but how have you guys been since then until now?
I've been good, just working. My schedule's gotten a lot rougher
Boy.
because of work, but yeah, I'm glad we could do this. I'm glad we could fit this in, and hopefully we could keep this going for a whole nother season, like, and then a whole nother season after that, and then a whole nother season after that. So
Yep.
All right. Oh, yeah, I've been moderate. You know, it's the constant 5 to 1s and the 5 to 2s and 5 to 1s and the early morning shifts. I love them. Don't get me wrong. They help me clear a lot of space for later, but it's just at some point it's gonna get tired.
yeah, it'll do that.
Yeah.
Those are not easy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
How about you, Law? In general.
Yeah.
I've been all right.
Mhm.
I've been getting there. I've been getting better. So basically, I'm just tell it to y'all. Why we had such a short hiatus? Well, a long hiatus. I mean, and why it was just out of nowhere. We'll get to that. We'll get those details out towards the end of the video.
Mhm.
But yeah, so it was a lot that was going on. But since it happened, I've been all right. Had some lows, had some highs, etc., etc. But we're here and we're just doing our thing.
Yeah.
So
We're back, and we're back to talk about music.
definitely.
Everything that has happened thus far in the hip hop game,
Mm-hmm.
or as of this week.
Yes.
Nobody wants to hear about old news.
So, without further ado, I guess we could get into the first topic.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
My favorite, as some of y'all may know, Nas, the GOAT. Maybe, I don't know. I'm just
Nas
playing
is
around.
The
I'm
QB
playing
GOAT,
around.
definitely.
But definitely.
Definitely.
But these past week or two, Nas has had some issues. So, to basically explain what happened, somebody took him to court. He had some type of copyright issue.
Al Pereira is the guy's name.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning his name. I don't know him like that, so thank you for mentioning his name. Long story short, what happened?
Al Horford.
Yeah.
It's called Al.
Al Horford.
It's called Al.
But yeah.
I thought he was a photographer, not a basketball player.
Weird Al.
So basically, what happened was Nas posted that picture, that famous picture with him and Tupac. Redman was actually there also.
Mhm.
I'm not sure who else was in the picture, but those three you can
Mhm.
see
Yeah,
specifically.
Clearly.
A bunch of East Coast rappers.
Yeah. But he posted it in 2020, just paying homage to Pac.
Mhm.
I believe he posted around the time where his album came out.
Yes.
Because remember that song Death Row East where he was
Yeah.
talking about the issues with
Yep.
the East Coast and
Yeah.
West Coast.
Yep.
But he was just saying, hey, me and Pac, we actually were cool before he unfortunately passed away.
Mhm.
So, he was just paying homage. And the guy that actually took the picture, I forgot his name. I don't know his name.
Al. Just call him Al.
Al. All right, I'll
Al-
call
Al
him
Pereira.
Al. I'll call
Al
him
Pereira.
Al.
Yeah.
So basically, Al, he's a very famous photographer. He's taken pictures for many people. So
Good job,
in
Al.
so in 2017, he copyrighted that picture. So obviously, you guys know you can copyright anything. You can copyright photos with this. You can copyright music, etc., etc. So he copyrighted this picture. So essentially, you can't post the picture or throw it around without his permission.
Right.
So basically, he's saying that Nas did that with posting the picture in 2020. So he's suing him for that. And Yeah, that's kind of an unfortunate situation, but I just wanted to hear you guys' opinions. How do you feel about that? If you want to go ahead and start.
So I looked more into specifics, just like little things. So the lawsuit is being filed for damages, and there was one other thing, and that's because Pereira is claiming that Nas not only devalued the photos, but he used it for profit because he would have gained Instagram followers off of it.
That's what.
So that's part of the damages. The part where I guess it is for profit because you gain Instagram followers, but I don't think that was the intention of Nas in uploading that photo. Yeah. Promotion for the album, then you can say that. But I think there was a sense of almost in Nas posting it, a sense of like remembrance, you know? It wasn't fully for the album. It wasn't fully for promotion. It was for remembrance, and it's him in the photo, like
exactly.
You know, but there's something a little specific that I'll talk about after that. But yeah, my general thoughts are that, and general analysis, I guess. But Josh, what do you see?
I see the legal action of this. Like, I see the legal side of it, but I also see the non-legal side of it.
Yeah.
Like, I see the whole, why he would say, he's probably profiting or, trying to get his followers and stuff up. I understand that. There's, it's just a thing. But I also feel like, nonetheless, you are taking a picture of me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand I'm not taking the picture.
Right.
But regardless, the picture is with me in it. Of course, there is a agreement that should have came amongst them in a sense, but nonetheless, you're in a picture. Somebody's taking a picture of you, so it's like, if you're cool enough to post it, like, then post it without any legal actions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's just that's what I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I see why he wants to take him to court, but I also just don't necessarily agree with it.
Yeah.
But,
Do you have general thoughts as well?
You kind of said most of what I wanted to say. I'm going to be as objective as possible because, like I said, Nas is my favorite rapper, so I'm going to try to be objective as possible.
I get it.
But my thing is, you took a picture of me. What's wrong with me posting a picture of me in it? I feel like the issues with the photographer Al, he feels like Nas was just doing it to promote his album.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, he's gonna get finances from that.
Mm-hmm.
So he just didn't like the way he posted that picture. So I kind of understand what he's saying, but at the same time, maybe there could have been some discussion before taking him to court straight. I don't know if that's what happened. They might have talked, and Nas was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that."
Yeah.
And then he took him to court, but it just doesn't feel right to me, especially because, like I said, he's in the picture at the end of the day. And in my opinion, I don't think Nas did that just to promote his album. I feel like he was really cool with Tupac.
Right.
And that's one of the greatest rappers of all time. Two of one of the greatest rappers of all time. So he was just spreading knowledge, saying that, hey, we were cool, we were really getting close before he unfortunately passed. So I don't think he did it for a malicious intent. Mm-hmm. So that's just kind of my thing.
Yeah.
And couldn't have done that. That's not.
Yeah, that's just not his character to me.
And even if you go back and listen to like the story of the photo and the story of Nas and Tupac and stuff, it's like that photo was taken after Tupac and Nas had kind of talked it out and stuff like that. And I was even reading an article where Biggie was at that same function and trying to get in the photo with them, like.
Oh, really?
And it was because it was before he had dropped anything major. He wasn't as big as them at the time.
Right.
So he was trying to get into the photo with them because '93 was when the photo was taken. So it's like
really.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought, but wasn't that picture taken during the time the West Coast and the East Coast had beef?
Yeah, for sure. But there were multiple times, and there's another story that Snoop was talking about too, where like they were in Brooklyn. They were in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Trying to, I guess, show face or whatever around Nas, and and there were
Death Row East.
Yeah, and there were some bad stories about how you know, Tupac was very like upfront with like his attitude and whatnot, and Nas was kind of just accepting it because he knew who he was.
Yeah.
And they got out of there, and Nas was like yeah, like we showed him up, and then Snoop Dogg was like, he was with them the whole time. He was like, nah, they just like let us get out of there alive. Like
yeah,
like it didn't.
I know about that.
You know, like Snoop was the only one that kind of saw it as a hostile environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toward, you know, so I don't know. It's such a convoluted thing, but I have something about the potentially like the laws about this. So if anybody else had any other general points, then you could make that. And I wanted to
No,
go
I was
into
gonna
this
talk
real
about
quick.
the Snoop. About
I was just gonna mention that
yeah,
next because you talked about him first.
Yeah.
Basically, Snoop Dogg, he called out the photographer, especially because he was in the same label with Pac. Pac was a really close friend of his. So just him, not to say that the photographer was disrespecting Tupac or disrespecting anybody. He was just trying to, you know, get his money up. But not Tupac. Snoop really didn't like that at all.
Yeah,
so he actually called him out. He was very verbal about it.
100%
Yeah.
In this case, he got his funny up rather than his money up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to get no copyrights to say
he
what he
talked-
said, but
he really
said,
talked his shit.
Yeah.
He said some stuff.
Yeah, it's like he don't want to get no copyright.
Not copyright, monetization.
Monetization.
Yeah,
Well,
different shit.
we're
different
past-
shit.
past it and a
I was
half.
about to say we
Oh
passed it.
yeah,
So we're
yeah,
good.
Yeah,
I say he talks his shit anyways.
Yeah,
Because he did. He really did.
Yeah.
Talk that
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah. So in terms of like the laws of this, there are 3 parts of this. Just to break it down real simple, just so it makes sense. So, I think that Nas owning his own copyright to a photo that he's in did apply until 2017 when Pereira got the copyright. Because I believe, if I read correctly, that he registered for a solo copyright. In other words, he is the sole owner of that photo now. So I don't know if there's a certain form of copyright that he could have done with Nas, or he didn't ask him about it. But I know that I know that he's the sole owner of that photo now. So that's 2 steps, right? The third is, and I read this, I'm not gonna say I'm a genius on this because I'm gonna be honest, I read this in the Hip Hop DX news comments. So don't quote me, quote the comments on this one. But this is just a potential thing. Like, this may not have happened, it could happen, who knows? I'm just gonna throw it out there because it could be potential news in the future. If somebody said this, if at the time Columbia Records owned the rights to Nas, because he could have been under their label at that time, then he wouldn't even own the rights to his own photo if he was in it. Columbia Records would have. So there's so it looks bad for Nas in terms of, you know, unless he wasn't signed at the time. But if he was signed and all of his rights of his likeness, like Snoop Dogg was talking about, because they owned his likeness, Columbia.
Makes
So
sense.
there is potential that like a double lawsuit could happen where Columbia sues Pereira for infringement, for another copyright infringement.
Okay.
So I mean, it's really complicated. Like,
So
even when you break it down into simple parts, it's like what could happen is a lot of things.
So it's just 2 battles right now. I actually
Right.
didn't hear that Nas's label had issues with them, or was that
It's
one
a
of his former
potential.
labels?
Yeah, so it's a potential thing that could happen because I don't know personally if he was signed to Columbia or not at that time.
Oh, okay.
So
okay.
if he was, then the label could potentially have a lawsuit as well.
Okay.
That makes sense.
So they would so he would Al would probably sue Columbia, but then Columbia would probably sue back or something.
So
along those lines?
so Al Pereira would be suing Nas for posting the photo. Columbia would be suing Al Pereira for stating that he owns Nas's likeness in that photo when they would have.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
That definitely makes
I see
more
where this is
sense.
going.
Yeah.
So it could really get ugly, like
Yeah.
financially.
Yeah.
For either party.
For either party.
Yes. So do you see? Well, like I said, I didn't even know this aspect, so I'm just gonna ask you: do you feel like there could be some type of agreement between the label and Al?
It depends, I think, how they handle it. Because Al Pereira has owned the copyright for, we got to think about it now. 2017 is 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Like, it is not,
That's crazy.
it's not a short amount of time ago.
Yeah, that was like.
So.
We were in high school in
I was about to say
2017.
that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I'm gonna say, like, it depends on how good their lawyers are, you know?
Oh, man.
And that's what it always depends on.
Yeah.
It's got to be the lawyer. Man.
I think that's what it depends on. And just how good of a case they have.
Right.
But this is also a hypothetical.
No, yeah.
They need somebody as good as O.J. Simpson's lawyer.
Yo, I don't think you're never gonna find a lawyer that good again, bro.
Wasn't that was Rob Kardashian, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
That was his lawyer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe that's the Kardashian family. I believe that was
the father was OJ's lawyer.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Okay, Rob.
But
bro.
do we have any final points on this specific topic? The Nas with the lawsuit.
Oh no, never mind.
What?
No, I slipped on my mind. Sorry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Any final points?
Wait a minute. What about Snoop Dogg? I realized we actually
just talked about him.
Idiot.
Episode 1. Season 2. We're good. We're getting back into it.
Nah, yeah, we good. I'm good.
I think it's just unfortunate. I think it's just an unfortunate circumstances. And I think it's by law, it's technically not, but like I really don't want to call any names here, but Al Pereira is kind of dick riding right now. Like law wise, it makes sense 100%.
Yeah.
But the I guess the case that he's making in terms of hip hop culture is really like, come on.
Like, why you being like that?
Exactly.
Bro? Like, you don't gotta be like that. You just woke up and chose violence at that point. I'm over, bro.
Woke up and chose copyright.
Copyright violence. You just woke up and chose copyright violence.
Yeah, we got jokes this episode. But my thing is though, like, here's what I'm gonna say. Like, as far as like financially and also like copyright issues, I don't understand copyright issues fully. I just looked into this a little bit, but financially wise and just like legal wise, it makes sense. But culture wise and just personal wise, it just doesn't feel right.
No,
I wouldn't try to make a quick buck if it just doesn't feel right.
Yeah,
I don't know why he did that.
And it's a dude that's been in the game for years, taking photos of
so
everything.
I don't see why.
I don't understand.
That has to be the root of his, money issues.
Right. And it's like it could literally be like Nas could be like, here, he's like a couple thousand, like couple hundred thousand. You never know.
He really could.
So I just don't see the reasoning why he had to go to lawyers and whatnot. I kind of understand. I kind of get it.
I mean, the only part that I understand that you might understand too is like the way photographers make money is by copywriting their photos.
Yeah. So
that is true. That is true.
But whether or not and this is like a judgment of character thing, and I guess he doesn't have to do this because you don't have to listen to me, but whether or not this man is in a financial position where this matters to him or not is like, like he's been taking pictures for years of some of the most famous people ever. He's definitely not in a bad financial position.
No,
definitely not.
So
it's just wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope they find some type of agreement.
Some middle ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like just something to be like, yo, it's okay using another lesson. Like, okay, you have a little bit of profit. And so on and so forth.
I just hate that. Like I said, I've said it like 10 times already. That's my favorite rapper, and I also hate that. That's one of the greatest hip hop pictures like ever. That picture is iconic.
Yep.
So for that to be in some type of issue, I just don't like that aspect at all.
Yeah.
But hopefully, something.
And one final statement. I'm not gonna lie to you. Whether or not if he copyrights it, or whether or not he copyrighted it, like there's still somebody out there that would like will give him a big bank for that. Nonetheless, I feel like because you know how people have like a lot of collections or even major businesses, whoever,
Yeah, dude,
whoever the hell.
museums.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No matter what, he still would be able to make a profit because they're like, this is the original photo,
Yes,
really?
yes,
Of
yes,
not,
yes,
like
yes,
it's not posted. It's the legit photo of Nas,
Yeah.
Pop, Red, all
see,
them
like,
niggas.
and then that takes me back to now, and then we're gonna keep extending the topic, but, like, how did Nas get the photo, and how did he get it in such a clear format too? It's
Yo.
like,
He probably just sent it to Nas, honestly.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
well
and-
obviously he took a
well,
picture.
yeah, that's
probably
true.
got it digitalized
Yeah,
or whatever.
and
whatever.
he probably trusted Nas not to post it, and I think that was the issue, and he might not have even said, "Yo, don't post this."
I mean, yeah, that should have been spoken.
Probably didn't even-
nonetheless.
Probably something you probably should have
Yeah.
talked about.
But yeah, like I said, nonetheless, some fool's bound to purchase it. Like, it don't matter how you may view it. Somebody's gonna be like, "Oh, this is still a picture we idolize, we respect, acknowledge." Of course, we're gonna pay you a good amount of money for it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Definitely.
Spitting all over my mic.
I just hope they figure something out. So next thing, this one might be slightly longer. Some beef going on. Lil Durk has had issues with NBA YoungBoy for several months now. Maybe past a year, maybe almost 2 years. And Gucci Mane got involved. Now, I have the songs. Do you guys want me to mention the songs one by one and we talk about it? Or do you want me to just mention all songs and we talk about them all?
We could start. We could we can name all three of the songs, and then we can go into them individually after that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've been sending shots at each other for quite some time.
Via
and-
music, of course.
Yeah. And
Don't tell me
Lil
that.
Durk released a song and a music video called AHHH, and he was sending shots at NBA YoungBoy. NBA YoungBoy, not even a day later, he posted a song called I Hate YoungBoy where he was dissing the hell out of Lil Durk and just sending crazy shots. And he also mentioned Gucci Mane in that because Lil Durk and Gucci Mane actually had a video about a month or two ago. And he was like, hey, since you messing with him, I'll mess with you. So then Gucci Mane shot back on his song called Publicity Stunt. Thank you. Called Publicity Stunt. So a lot has been going on with these guys these past 3 or 4 months. So I guess we could talk about each song one by one. Lil Durk, AHHH. How do you guys feel about that? Josh, if you want to start it off.
What made me laugh? I shouldn't really laugh, but like it was the OnlyFans line that kind of made me laugh hysterically, like because it's like I know everybody don't like a lot of dudes don't really trust women with OnlyFans or whatever because they feel as if not everything is out there, everybody getting the piece.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like you really had to put it on blast like that. Like I don't know. It's diss track.
Yeah.
Like, come on, yo.
Yo, so are you saying
that? You practically saying that shit just to like how I best put it. When everybody's acknowledged something that
you're saying it's underwhelming?
Exactly.
That's what
makes me laugh.
Yes.
Like everybody practically knows.
Yes. Yeah.
So putting that in the record is like throwing a water ball to a little kid. Like, yeah, you just throwing a water balloon to a little kid and then expecting him to cry. Meanwhile, he laughing.
Right.
Like, nigga, what?
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like, come on, yo.
Yeah.
I mean, he did say some other dope shit, I guess. But as far as that line and a couple of lines included, it's just like,
Yeah. I thought the song went hard, like, overall. If you don't look into the lyricism, like, if I was just in the car bumping that song, like, it would go hard.
I see what you mean, like the aux cord or
right.
the Bluetooth.
I think the basic premise of this song was that was kind of a stereotypical and like a basic premise, which is that NBA YoungBoy is like fake and like he's not as real as Durk is, or not as real as these other rappers or whatever. Yeah, like you said, it was alright. This
Yeah.
the song overall was alright. It was like very Chicago drill, like I don't know. 21 million views is pretty big though.
Especially with this track.
I didn't expect it to have 21 mil, like.
But it's Durk.
No, I get it. I get that.
Probably
but like
the topic also.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
so that's
true.
why it's like I would. That's why I see it hitting.
And they did a video for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. I guess it's not very mainstream. But it doesn't. I guess you don't need to be mainstream anymore. You just gotta fucking diss people.
Just say
You
something.
you gotta talk about people.
Everybody was going for Donald Trump. Everybody was getting they views.
Yeah.
Everybody was stopped.
Oh yeah, facts.
Yeah,
Although
yeah.
the lines, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually kind of disagree with both of you. I actually thought this song was pretty hard.
I think it's hard. But
Now, as far as the beef, I'm not getting into the beef. I'm just talking about the song itself. Like, it sounded hard. Like, it bumped. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the best song in this order. Not as far as like just overall, but just like how it sounds.
I would listen
It's
to
probably-
this song over the other two.
Yeah, like in the
Yes.
yeah, of course, like,
Definitely.
especially in the car. Like you said, in the car, just
Yeah.
take a
Yeah.
stroll bump.
I just remembered. I actually have some details about the song. Do you want me guys? Brain fart. Do you guys want me to tell you the details? Like, not the details, but the lines of the song, like what he was talking about.
Yeah,
go for
basically.
it.
So, basically, he was just obviously talking shit about NBA YoungBoy. He said King Von, rest in peace. He said King Von actually had sex with one of your baby mothers, and he was just talking about your OnlyFans like you mentioned earlier. So that was a pretty stabbing line right there. So that was the
I say the
most-
baby mom one hit harder than that.
yeah that was probably the hardest line. Not like lyrically wise, just like it just hit. It really
Yeah.
hit. Just like damn, like
That's
you talking about his baby mother, like that was kind of. I wouldn't say it was a low blow, but it's beef. It's beef. It's a
Yeah,
diss.
I mean, it was one of the reasons
No
that
more
NBA
bars.
responded, right?
Probably.
Because I think he even mentioned that, didn't he?
I believe so. When we get into that album, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
I said that album, that song.
That song.
When we get into that song, we'll
It's
talk
all
about
good.
it.
It's all good.
You guys have any final points about that song before we get to the next one?
It was the best sounding song to me.
Agreed.
Probably yeah. Because when I had started, when I was listening to YoungBoy, like my mood did not change. My facial expression, nothing did not change.
Oh no, like.
I didn't expect too much. I was just like, the whole time I'm just like.
Oh yeah, do we want to talk about it then?
Yeah, we might as well.
Yeah, let's go right into it then.
Songs I Hate YoungBoy, and what I'll say about this song, maybe it's not the best like as far as like bumping wise, but he says some crazy shit. He basically mentioned India, Lil Durk's fiance. He obviously mentioned Gucci Mane, which we're gonna talk about later. He mentioned Gucci Mane. He was like, I really like Gucci Mane because obviously a lot of people like Gucci Mane, and he saw you with him, so he don't fuck with him. And he just said a lot. He said some really low blow stuff.
He says stuff about Von too.
Stuff. Yep,
Yeah,
definitely. He really went crazy on this song.
Yeah.
He said a lot of crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So how we feeling about that aspect now? Just not holding anything back, especially on this song.
I agree with you in terms of this song being like the least bumpable to me of the three. Like I don't know. I think it's just something about the way YoungBoy was rapping in this song, and even the beat was like okay, like it wasn't amazing. It's just like that's the purpose of it. I think the purpose of it wasn't to be able to bump in cars. The purpose of it was listen to the lyrics, and he's literally like he's literally shooting shots at specific people.
Yeah.
Like the song was meant for those people. And just another point with that is like that got it so much more views. This blew this song up because like people really, especially nowadays, man, and the kids, like the 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, like they feed off this shit. Like they love hearing this beef and like who's harder than who and all this stuff. So that's what the song was meant for. The song was meant to be grimy and talk about very specific things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just supposed to be, I'm not scared of you at all. Like that's basically what he's saying.
Yeah. I looked at it. First off, I was like, my face expression was still the same, but part of me was like, oh, okay, Ice Cube, I see you.
Because he was yelling so much?
A little bit of that, and it's like the low blows, like like how personal he got, like how raw.
You saying it reminded you of No Vaseline?
Yes.
Oh.
It definitely reminded me of No Vaseline. How he took them all out. He did not care. He was like, no, I'm taking them all out. And that's what I kind of feel that's what I feel with NBA. That's what he did.
Mm-hmm.
So like I listened to at what point he was trying to get across. And I'm like, okay, he even though it was like not about my head, nothing, but it was like, yo, I see where he coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And like I just want to make a small point too. Like this is kind of the thing that Eric Adams was was kind of speaking on, like when it came down to drill music, how violent it was, and like we had our opinions as how it's not more so the songs, but it's what you say in the song, and this is kind of an example of what you say in the song.
Yeah.
Right.
It's understandable, that you can you rap about this that, and the third, but once you start name dropping and being personal and shit, that's where it's like. That's where a lot of people have an issue.
Yeah.
And the influences, like you said, the kids and all that extra stuff, like it's just so all over the place. It's just, what the fuck?
Just my song. I don't know if anybody else would feel that way. I just feel like it was the least song, like bumpable wise.
Yeah.
I agree.
It's not a song I will bump like all day, every day.
Nah.
Yeah.
But he was really hitting shots, and some people may argue maybe he shouldn't have said that, but they were beefing for several months now. They had issues for several months, and people have been saying crazy stuff since the beginning of times.
Yeah.
Nowadays, people are like, "Yo, you shouldn't be beefing with him or whatever. You shouldn't be doing that." But it's been several years. Hip hop's been out for like 40, 50, 60 years, etc., etc. So it's not like it's gonna stop anytime soon.
Yeah.
If you're a rapper and you have an issue with another rapper, you're probably gonna say some shit in a song.
Yeah.
But as far as this one specifically, it just felt really, really brutal. Like he was just not holding anything back, and I kinda respect it because it's just like, yo, I'm not scared of y'all. Like I'm just say whatever the hell I want. If you have a problem, come see me. Like he was just talking his stuff. He was really, really talking crazy.
This song reminds me of, do you know about Fulio and Youngin Ace? That whole beef that happened? It's a Jacksonville thing. It's like these are very Jacksonville rappers, Florida. So we don't hear about this stuff because we're Northeast.
Yeah.
But I'll end up showing you those after this or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's a couple of videos I recommend watching, those videos outlining what happened. But those diss songs that those two made towards each other, and those two groups, ATK and KTA, were some of the most explicit diss songs I've ever heard in my entire life. And this song, this NBA YoungBoy song, reminds me of those songs.
Yeah.
So it's like, they don't get as explicit as that song, but like, when it gets to the point when you're directly saying somebody's name and something you would do to them, or something that has been done to somebody that you know, and you're directly saying their name and all this stuff, it's like, that is, I guess, crossing that hypothetical line, but it's also what gets you the most views.
Yeah. I believe YoungBoy did something like that too. He was just saying, "Oh yeah, this happened to your friend. This happened to your friend."
Yeah.
They both did that.
The other two hit tens of millions of songs too, and those guys are nowhere near as big as these two guys. But it's just the fact that they name dropped and talked about specific events. It's like, I don't know. At what point are you fucking snitching on yourself?
Yeah.
Like,
Yo.
it becomes real.
Yo.
It becomes real.
Yeah, we really want to talk about it.
Yeah, we'll discuss that later.
Yeah.
But basically, YoungBoy said a line in the song, "Used to fuck with Gucci till I seen him like them pussy niggas." Obviously, the song we mentioned earlier with Gucci and Durk. So Gucci, he responded, and
Publicity stunt.
Yep, Publicity Stunt in his song, and he was sending some shots.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't. I don't believe he said NBA Boy's name specifically, but you can obviously see that he was talking about him, and in the end of the song, he wrote a line. He said a line. He was like, "I thought you felt like Gucci Mane in 2006," because NBA YoungBoy in his song "Make No Sense," in the beginning he was like, "I feel like I'm Gucci Mane in 2006." So obviously he was paying respect to Gucci Mane.
Right.
So then you're sending shots at me, and Gucci Mane's like, "Hey, I thought you felt like me in 2006. What's going on with that?"
Yeah.
So how we feeling about this song now? The song with Gucci.
I'm gonna just speak on the last line, the Gucci line, because
Oh shit, my bad. You can continue, but I also forgot to mention.
Oh.
Right after he dropped that video, he posted a picture. Gucci Mane posted a picture with him, like with his car wearing all yellow and stuff, and then the caption was, "I feel like I'm Gucci Mane in 2006." Yo, everybody was like, "Yo, that is crazy. That is crazy." So with that in your head, now you can talk about
really
what
crazy.
you wanted to say.
Okay, I didn't know about the picture.
Yeah.
Okay. What is it? I don't know. First off, get this out the way. I don't feel like Gucci needed to be a part of this thing at all, whatsoever. Whatsoever.
I agree, but you gotta remember,
No.
YoungBoy mentioned him. He didn't disrespect him, but he just said his name.
I got you though. I get what you mean.
Technically a little disrespect, 'cause, like, you know, the pussy niggas. So each kind, he's basically saying, "Yo, you pussy too," then, in a sense. But
Perhaps.
I ain't saying I ain't gonna start nothing. But I feel like when it comes down to having said things like, you know, paying homage lines, eventually I know it's gonna bite you in the ass at some point. So with this, when he, you know, back when YoungBoy paid homage, and, you know, he said he felt like Gucci Mane 2006, it all came back to him with this whole thing, and, you know, it was smart of Gucci to, you know, to reference that. It was obviously smart of it, and I don't know, like, I tried my hardest to stay out of this, so, because I didn't really, like, I just didn't look. I looked deep into it, but not as deep. So just looking at this whole thing and looking at what Gucci said was decent. It was cool. It was chill. It made me laugh. And the fact that he posted that picture, it was like, okay, now you go a little further. So I was just like, all right, okay. You got me a little invested, but all in all, it's Gucci from 2006, so
Yeah.
Fuck it, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. I think my favorite part about this song is that the video was just like, yo, dude, like
It'll just be in a pool and chilling.
It was like, yo, dude, can we just like show everybody how much money I have? like this dude thinks he's talking to somebody that like didn't make all their money off of doing exactly what you're trying to say I didn't. Like, so the video was definitely shot last second, like, you know, like
there's only like one space in here.
Yeah.
That shit did look clean though.
Yeah, he got it. Oh,
probably got a $5,000 photographer.
Yes,
or whatever,
yeah, and he got all his friends to bring the Ferrari and the other car out slow, and he's like walking around them and all that stuff. Yeah, I think the video is great. And the video is kind of like a who do you think you're talking to right now? Like that's kind of like I think the big theme with this song, you know?
Right.
It's like kind of like what 50 Cent said in that one interview, like people forget who you are. When you get famous and, you know, it's been a little while since you do this and that, or it's been a little while since you've been back home, you know, whatever, people forget who you are. So I think that's kind of what this Gucci Mane song was, like I'm Gucci Mane, you know, like you're not gonna talk to just anybody like that, whatever. The beat goes crazy in this song. The beat is insane. It's my favorite beat. Yeah, and he's basically talking about how YB dropped Gucci's name just to drop it. Like you said, it's like he didn't really have to. He just dropped it kind of just to drop it.
He just put him in
Dropped it for views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. If I was Gucci, I would have left it alone. I'd be like, okay, you put my name. Like, bro.
That's Gucci Mane. You gotta remember. Like,
yeah, no, I know. But I'm just saying from my perspective.
Right.
He had
like,
several issues throughout the years. Like,
And I think that's the point, though, like that I was trying to make too. It's like he could have not posted anything, but he posted something because he's like, "Yo, don't forget who the fuck I am." Like,
yeah, no, yeah, of course.
Like that's why he posted it. And if he felt the need, then that means he could have felt genuinely disrespected. So
yeah, I really like that song. The video, like you said, it just hit like, cause it's literally just him chilling, throwing his money around in his by his big ass pool
in his house
with the probably $100,000 to $100,000 car driving around. Like I really
$1 million cars, the Ferrari.
It really fit because in contrast to songs like these, people in the video probably come around with they friends, throwing guns around, doing a lot of extra shit. But he's not doing that. No. I really like that aspect. It gave a nice contrast because he's talking shit about you in this song, but at the same time, he's also showing I have way more money than you. Yeah. Like that's just how it feels.
And
like
I'm
to
by
me.
Myself.
Yeah, like so. Pull up. That's kind of how it felt to me. I really like that aspect. That's really all I had to say about that song specifically. But I did like it. It sounded nice, and he was sending some shots, and him saying that, hey, I'm bigger than you. I've been here longer than you, and you were inspired by me. Right. So don't be talking shit about me. So he really held his own on that track. But now songs are out, obviously. How do we feel about just like these issues these past few months? Obviously, there have been issues for well over a year, perhaps. But how do we talk about it right now specifically? How are we feeling?
I think it's a rough topic to cover, even though we kind of half covered it in our. We had a little practice podcast. We covered a couple of things just to get get back into the groove. Yeah. It's a tough topic to cover, but I think it's something that needs to be talked about. I think beef is healthy for rap music as a medium. As in, like, rap music gets views when beef happens. It makes money when beef happens. Beef is good for any industry. Let's just put that out there. Basketball.
But it's more
Magic Johnson,
here,
right? Magic Johnson versus Larry Bird. That's like that saved the NBA. Beef, right? Biggie versus Tupac. Like East versus West Coast. Oh my God, in bro! History. Like beef makes money.
Up there.
Yeah, beef makes money. So I won't say that this is unhealthy for rap. I won't. What it could be unhealthy for is future generations, who misinterpret these things as this is how you should respond to every issue that comes in front of you.
Right? Yeah, go ahead, clap back. That's how you're supposed to do it.
Right. Nah. So it's like the misinterpretations and taking stuff at face value with these songs is not something that should happen. Unfortunately, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds that only listen to NBA YoungBoy all day will take this as at face value. That's why it has 20 million views. You know, for real. I don't think I'm inaccurate in saying that most of his fans are below the age of like 25. Probably. Like I say 25 is like the max age of his fan base.
Probably.
Maybe in the 30s sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
But he just seems like he has a young impressionable fan base that hopefully doesn't misconstrue stuff as, just go get it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was watching when I watched the Durk video, I saw some little niggas just throwing up mad gang signs. I was just like, come on, yo.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Well, that takes us to that podcast where that dude, sorry, I'm blanking on his name right now. But it was the podcast that Durk was just on. The last podcast he was just on, and the guy was talking to Durk about how he had to forgive his brother's killer or his friend's killer, because if he hadn't, he would still be on the streets. He would still be doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there are a couple good points he made there. About inspiring the youth and trying to get people off the streets. But the issue that was pointed out was like, these guys are so deep into that life. It's like Durk has been doing this for how many years? And YoungBoy grew up doing this. Gucci Mane grew up doing this. Durk grew up doing this. So, yeah, it's a complicated situation.
My thing with what you just said though, Durk is not just like a regular drill rapper just sitting there just trying to make it out. He's been established for several years now. So I just feel like he just has to stay away from that. But it's hard, especially when you've been growing up in a hard environment for all your life. You've been in a gang all your life. So even if you get famous or whatever, that aspect may not be taken away from you. It may not come from you. Like what's that line that we saying? You could take a nigga out the hood. We can't take the hood out the nigga. Yep.
Yeah,
that's basically what it is.
You can never do that.
But
that's always gonna be.
As far as all of them, like you said, like beef is healthy for hip hop. Like it's been around since it basically started.
Yeah.
But this is not just about me sending shots at you. This is pretty violent because somebody unfortunately passed away. Rest in peace, King Von. Like he got shot and killed because of this. So this is not just about music anymore. This is just straight up violence.
Yeah.
So I honestly don't agree with it. But at the same time, I don't see any answers to how this could just be chill because somebody passed away over this.
Yeah.
So it's not as simple as, oh yeah, all right, I sent shot to you, you sent shot to me, all right, we cool. Somebody died over this.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows who else died. Maybe other people unfortunately got shot,
behind the scenes,
killed, etc., etc. So I just don't see an answer for this. I just wish this didn't happen, but I can't see what can be done about this.
Yeah.
Josh, if you got anything to talk about. Oh, you was going to say
I was just
something?
going to say that goes back to like his environment. Because if he stands by his name so hard, because as a rapper and as somebody from the streets, like your name and your likeness is you, right? So it's like in those environments, you can't be seen as a pussy, I guess.
Yeah,
you can't back down because
can't
then
be
you
soft,
lose your respect, you lose your credibility, like
your street cred.
Right,
exactly,
right.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people that's a misconception right there. That's what a lot of people tend to not realize that it may be on our side we look at it like let it die, whatever.
Right.
Rap side we're gonna look at it as you gotta respond. The hood side, you gonna let that nigga talk to
it's
you
a
like
whole
that?
different
because
story.
we're in a completely
Whole
different
different
environment
story.
than them, so we don't fully understand.
Right.
Yeah. Even if we did understand from our perspective, it's still like, come on, it's kind of, it's kind of like a point where you gotta know when to say when.
100%.
Yeah, you can't just like I wouldn't suggest just going out of the way and just doing what you do. It's more so like it's like a thought process.
Yeah.
You think before you act and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
Process of their environment.
Yeah, and this is gonna continue. This is probably gonna continue on forward. So I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see how it plays out.
My thing is, I don't know if I'm a pacifist or I'm just a chill guy. I just don't want to see anybody getting killed.
No, I don't think anybody does.
I don't want to see that shit, yo.
I don't think anybody does.
But
I would hope nobody does.
This is what could happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I just need that to chill. But like I said, I don't see any answers.
Yeah.
Because this is not just about beef anymore. It's just about violence. This is about people getting shot, people getting killed, etc., etc. So I don't see any answers. I just wish that something would be done. Do you guys see anything that can be done? Because I can't. I honestly can't even think.
No, I don't. I really don't. I need a better thought process for that because I honestly don't know.
I don't think it's a one-word answer.
No. Hell no.
I don't think it is. So.
If we've had to figure something out, it should probably be episode 2 or something. Like a whole.
It would
nother
spend us
episode.
like episode.
It would take us from now.
15, like
It would take
Yeah.
us from now to
Yeah.
episode 2 to figure out.
Just in conclusion about this topic, in my regards, like I just hope that they do something,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
something is figured out.
Yeah.
You guys got any final points on this specific topic?
No. Everything I've said, I'm just gonna keep it like that.
Yeah, just unfortunate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pray for them, man.
Yeah.
Pray for them.
Niggas, you know.
For real.
Like, so Shorty said it Friday after next. You know what? We going to church, or we gonna pray for these niggas. So, that's it. That's it.
But we have one final topic. It's not about any other musician. It's actually about us.
One of our musicians.
Yeah.
So
This is where it gets a little,
a little personal,
a
personal.
little low.
We don't usually talk about us in this podcast, but I feel like we should. So essentially, obviously, what happened is that we only shot 5 episodes. Well, we shot 6. We posted 5, and then we were recording 6, but we just stopped out of nowhere. And I know a couple people that are asking, what happened to the podcast? What happened, et cetera, because you guys just split up out of nowhere. And the last time we posted, I believe it was September. Last time we posted a video was September.
Mhm.
It's now freaking March, so
Mhm.
that's quite a while. So, should I speak my perspective first? I guess.
I mean, I'd rather you do so.
Yeah, I wouldn't
kinda
want.
the
I wouldn't want
main-
to speak for you.
Yeah, but this is
Okay.
kind of really your thing. So,
Okay.
you speak on it.
Damn, I feel a little shy right now. All of a sudden.
Nah, man, don't feel shy, man. It's,
Okay, so I'm just try to keep it as brief as possible. Sometime around October, I was in a car accident. It was really bad. It was 3 people in the car. We all had severe injuries, but I would say I probably had the worst. I fractured my wrist. Obviously, you can see that's why I have a brace. I actually fractured my ribs. That's why I got some pain over here. I fractured my ribs. But the worst part that happened to me is that I hit my head and I had a brain injury. It's called a traumatic brain injury, if you want to look it up, if you want. But anyway, I had a traumatic brain injury. So basically, my brain was swelling and it was bleeding. So it took a long process for me to even be here. So I was in 2 hospitals. The first hospital, I was there for about a week. The second hospital, I was there for about 2 weeks. And then I was in rehab for 2 weeks. So it was just about a month, because the accident happened October 9th and I got home November 9th. So I was literally not home for a month. Basically how it was in my perspective, it's really crazy, because while we were driving home, obviously I was in the passenger side. I wasn't driving. I was in the passenger side. I took a nap. So basically what it was to me, I fell asleep and then I woke up in rehab. That's how it was to me. But obviously to my family and my friends and my girlfriend, when they saw me just sitting there, it just felt like years to them. But to me, I literally took a nap in the car and I woke up in rehab. And what happened in the second hospital, I was actually starting to speak a little bit more. I was interacting with people, but I don't remember it because, like I said, I had a brain injury, so I really don't remember any of that. So it was kind of surreal to me. So some things that happened as a consequence of my injury. My main thing is forgetfulness. So sometime during November, I entered speech therapy, which is to help your memory, your attention span, etc., etc. And then about last month, I started physical therapy and whatnot. So I put a lot of things on hold, but the reason I try not to be too upset is that I'm alive. There was a chance that I could not have been. There's people that that had, it's called a traumatic brain injury. Like I said, there's other people that had a traumatic brain injury that are not like me. I can walk, I could talk, I could breathe, I could run, I could do whatever.
You can
I'm
rap.
not. I can rap. But yeah. So I'm not full capacity 100%. Like I said, I still have some pains and I still have a little bit of memory issues. But just me being here talking to you guys right now, I'm really grateful for that because there was a chance that I could not have like that. That car ride could have been my last one. Yeah. So I'm really, really grateful.
Grateful to you guys as well for sticking around, for listening, for being here. Anybody that we know that has been supporting, thank you so much. Like
we appreciate it.
Yeah.
We do.
Do you guys have any perspective of how these past few months have been to you?
Honestly, it's been I've been working so hard. Like, right after you got into that accident, I started working. And it wasn't a result of that. It was just that's when I was supposed to start work. You know? So I've just been working. I work a 9 to 5, 5 days a week. Like, I don't know. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah.
So it's just, that's been my main concern. It's kind of been where I've been able to escape to as well. I've been reading a lot more, you know, I've been doing a lot of things, but like, I just remember I thought about it a lot until you started speaking. And then I was like, oh, because that means a lot. If somebody can speak, it's like, it's so amazing to hear and so different. Like, you know, because I don't know if you knew how I found out. But I was at Comic-Con. I was at Comic-Con in October, and Josh called me. And was like, dude, do you have time right now? I'm like, not really. I'm at Comic-Con. Like, I was chilling, you know?
Yeah. I felt bad, but it's like...
And he was like, You were like, all right, it's super important, though. And I was like, okay, so then go for it. Like, you know, it's no big deal. I'm with my cousins, whatever, we can stop, whatever. And I thought I don't know what I thought. I don't remember. But I just remember hearing the news and being like, fuck. And then videos and voice memos. So it was just I think I wasn't as worried because I was able to see a lot of your recovery process. And I think hadn't I been able to, I think I would have been a lot more worried. But you had a really good support system, I think.
Hell of a lot of it.
Yeah. Your girl, you know, Josh, like, just, you had a great support system.
We're just
so,
praying for you, man.
Yeah, man. I'm thankful that you're good. I'm thankful for all the people at the hospital that treated you. Thankful for your girl. Thankful for, you know, everyone. Like,
yeah, man.
It's been rough, but I'm sorry, just to interrupt one last thing. Right. We're getting back into it. We're here. You know, laws... We just had through a whole episode. Like,
it's like hours.
Yeah, I hope I can edit it because, especially the reason why we couldn't continue the podcast is I edit the videos. So
right.
So I hope I could do this properly because, like I said, I'm not 100%, but I'm gonna try to get this done at a decent time.
Yeah, but I'm just grateful that we're all here and we are ready to keep it going. Like we're ready to get this ball moving again. Right. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Yo. I remember I remember those few days like it was fucking yesterday. It was late at night. It was like around ass past midnight. And I got a report on Citizens app. A lot of you may know that's just the way of communicating to see what's around in your neighborhood. So the place that they were driving from is not too far from where me and him live. So I got a report that there was a car accident. I saw the car. I was like, damn. I don't know who was in that, but yo, pray for him. You know. And the next day, I tried to message him, you know, to see if he was okay or whatever. I was talking to him. I sent a message about the Grand Theft Auto, the definitive edition. I was just trying to talk to him. And I noticed that the messages went green. I didn't think much of it. I'm like, hey, you know, he's probably busy. His phone died. I was like, whatever. 10 minutes go by, I swear to God, 10 minutes at least go by. His girlfriend hits me up on Facebook, and she's like, "Yo, can I talk to you? I really need to tell you something. I'm like, it's important." I'm like, it's a little weird, but yeah, sure, whatever. Like, and then she's trying to she's like, "Yo, don't take this the wrong way. Don't, just I need you to be calm for a sec." I'm like, all right, now I'm getting a little worried. I'm like, fuck. All right, oh shit. He's like, all right, but unfortunately, Law has been in a car accident. And I'm like, Law who? You talking about some Chinese nigga I don't know about? I'm like, okay, why you telling me this? He's like, no, our Law. And I'm just like, bro, you gotta be fucking shitting me. Like the whole day, I'm losing my mind. Like I'm trying to calm down, but I just can't.
Yeah.
So I had to go take a walk. Went to go see a friend, inform them, and like the whole day, the whole work day, I had to go to work. Yeah. I felt like I didn't want to call out because I felt like nah, that's I don't want to use that excuse in that. So I went into work. Thankfully, it was a short one, and went to work. Still had it on my mind, and I kid you not, that night I cried, man. Like that shit hit that bad. Like I was just like, bro, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Like my own brother. Like, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
It's it. But as same as Owen, every time I heard the recovery process, I felt better and better, and I was just like, yo, I just can't wait for this nigga to come home. This shit, it needs to happen now.
And there was a point, I think, I don't remember what the point was specifically, but there was definitely a point where I was like, he's recovering. Yeah. Like, I don't know if it was you hitting me up or you showing me what his girl, updating me whenever. Yeah. I can't remember a specific time or what specific update, but I just remember being like, oh, he's recovering,
Ugh, I just don't know what to say. Like, try not to be too emotional.
Yeah.
Especially in front of a video.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna be crying like.
Nah,
I get it.
Crying in front of a video, that shit's embarrassing as hell.
That's views though.
Yo, bro, when people be posting.
That's views though.
Yo, no, that's not the views I want. That is not the views I want.
It's the fact that he went close to the mic. That's views though.
No, I do not do that. Like
crop your face.
People literally be sad. They'll hold their phone. They will cry in the phone and then post it.
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Dude, TikTok is bad with that, bro. You'll just have some emotional teenager like crying on the camera with some caption and a sad song, and they get like 3 million views like in 10 minutes.
I don't be on TikTok like that, but that came around with Facebook like the early to mid 2010. They was going crazy with just crying in the camera. Like I don't get it. Yeah. But anyway, back to the topic. I guess we're back to me. Damn, this topic really had to be about me. I guess we gotta inform people. I just feel choked up right now.
Yeah, it's more so of that's what that was like the main source of our departure for a little bit.
Yeah,
that was our hiatus, but like we're lucky to be back, Yes, and I'm happy to be back.
So I'm gonna just tell y'all something, as far as production wise, like just getting to work. I don't know if I could be like how I used to, but I will try. Like this video, I'm going to try to get this out by sometime next week.
Bear with us.
Please. We're going to try to get back into the merch. We're just going to try to get back to where we were, how we were. But right now I can't be because like I said, physically I'm not 100%. Mentally I'm not 100%. But I'm going to work little by little. So I hope you guys can be patient with us and just work with us. So the people that have been here with us since we basically started, thank you. Appreciate you, for real.
And if you made it this far into this video, you're the GOAT. Like
this long ass video.
Like,
I'm definitely gonna cut shit out of this. I don't know about you.
This long ass video.
I'm gonna definitely cut shit out of this. I don't know how long we've been recording. I can't see. I don't got my glasses.
But for real,
that's an hour and 7 minutes.
We appreciate you. If you made it this far, we really appreciate it.
Cut that shit out to like 45, 45 minutes or something. Damn.
Yeah, there's a couple parts I think we could definitely.
Oh yeah.
Either way, thank you for sticking around this long.
Y'all still gonna keep that dropping, ain't you? that beginning of the episode to drop.
Oh hell yeah, hell yeah! I wasn't going to, but y'all said to keep it, so I was like, fuck.
Well,
it.
I didn't do anything. I didn't drop anything, so like I'm okay with keeping it. It's up to you.
So you
Well, actually, no. It's no longer up to you now that you said you want to keep it in.
yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay.
Yeah, we laughed our asses off. So
Views.
why not? This nigga just keep going. He just say, "Hey, views."
Y'all crazy.
Man, I say, fuck a celebrity right now. Views.
Nah. I mean, we just to round this all off. Like we don't. Jokes aside, we don't do this for views.
Yeah.
We do this because we love it. Like we love talking about it.
We like to voice our opinion,
right?
And share our opinion with the world and see what else they have to say.
Right. So, the fact that we don't do this for views and anyone is watching or listening, that it just means so much. So
yeah, for real, it really does.
even every single one, every single view means something.
Definitely.
Every single one of them, no matter what. I appreciate it.
I'm pretty much done. You guys got anything to say? Anything about the Nas issue? Anything about the beef? Anything about us specifically? You guys got anything?
I'm good. I think a lot of the things that have happened have been a result of just craziness, man, in the world. Everything is crazy. Yeah.
You?
Nah, man, I ain't got nothing to say. I'm just glad to have you back. Glad to see O again. I'm glad that we are here, just here connecting again as brothers, as label mates, etc. We're just here. Yeah, we're just here. Oh, and views.
If you watch this to the end, thank you so much. What did you say? What he said? I was talking. I didn't hear.
I heard a little bit of it, but like I feel like I
just said tell your friends.
Oh.
But yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, I appreciate you so much. Please give us a like. Please share it around.
Comment.
Share.
Definitely.
Subscribe.
Please give us a subscribe.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible. So if there's some days where maybe I don't post a video or maybe it's like 2 weeks away, I hope that's okay with you guys. But I'm gonna try to be as consistent as possible. I just can't be as consistent as I used to be. But I'll get there eventually. So if you're here still, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. And yeah, I guess we're good to go.
Yeah, with that being said, this has been the Self Spoken Podcast. It's your boy OddwOrld.
Self-spoken law.
Brotegé.
Peace out. Have a good night. Thank you for sticking around.
Later. We are out. We are out. Deuces.